During an anime fight, do we subconsciously decide who's going to win the battle before it even begins? Having watched shonen anime all of our lives, can we generally predict the outcome of a fight before either combatant throws the first punch? In a genre dictated by power levels and overpowered transformations, we have been conditioned by shonen to believe that the protagonist will pull out the victory through unknown or unrealistic means. However, the concept of power creep has never been challenged more than throughout the fights we see in Hunter x Hunter, specifically with Kurapika vs Uvogin. Being the first battle that truly demonstrated the full capacity of nen combat, the anticipation surrounding this fight was immense. Not to mention that Kurapika was finally exacting his revenge against the Phantom Troop, that dated all the way back to the Hunter exam arc. So how did this fight differ from battles found in countless shonen anime and manga? Well, that's what we're diving into right now. What's up, anime fanbase? Welcome back to Anime Analysis, a channel dedicated to discussing and analyzing the best characters and concepts anime has to offer. Today we're looking at Kurapika vs Uvogin, a fight that I believe broke the mold in shonen anime and was an encounter that truly made me fall in love with the series. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more Hunter x Hunter or versus battle content like this, smash that thumbs up button and comment down below. First, I think it's incredibly important to address the common shonen stereotypes that we've all come to expect when it comes to a major battle. Often, if not all times, the protagonist will encounter a formidable opponent who completely annihilates them or overpowers them in every relatable battle metric. Whether that be speed, strength, intelligence, abilities, experience, I think you're getting the picture. But through specific means like a large power boost, calling upon the power of friendship, or literally being the reincarnation of their world's cheeses, they summon the power needed to ultimately defeat the big bad. While a large part of me sympathizes with this incredibly common trope, it doesn't leave me feeling as satisfied as a well thought out fight would have. Shonen is a genre made for young teens, so it's only reasonable to assume the good guy will win in the end. But unexplained power spikes mainly leave the fight feeling tacky, not very thought out, and that the victory was not fully deserved. Kurapika vs Uvogin is a completely different story. This fight completely crushes the shonen commonality, and it's all in part due to the complex and beautiful battle system known as nen. For the few that aren't familiar, nen is the power in the Hunter x Hunter world that allows the user to draw upon their natural aura stored within their bodies to manifest an infinite number of abilities. Made even stronger by setting restrictions on these powers, none of the battles in the series feel contrived or that the victor didn't fully earn the win. Everything could be countered, everyone has a weakness, and paired against the wrong opponent, you could be completely outclassed. As put best by Moral, and I quote, "You never know what your adversary's abilities is. A slight hesitation can cause a fatal turnabout. The outcome is always a fluctuation. That is the essence of nen combat." So with that little exposition out of the way, let's look into the fighters and the outcome of this epic showdown to see how this beautifully crafted fight separated itself from its shonen counterparts. Looking first at Uvogin, we see how Togashi hypes this character up through his fight with the Shadow Beasts. This group, having been hired by the Mafia specifically to deal with elite level nen combatants, were absolutely fodderized by Uvogin, almost in a comically grotesque way, I may add. I mean, how absurd is it that he made Porcupine's ears bleed just from a nen-enhanced scream, and how he spit off a fragment of Leech's skull like a bullet, killing Rabid Dog. Personally, I think Uvogin is generally underrated in the story of Hunter x Hunter due to being taken out so early, but it can't be understated how much of a formidable foe this guy truly was, and how much of an underdog Kurapika was played up to be throughout his insane feats. Speaking of Kurapika, we see that he has learned nen and is now seeking vengeance on the Phantom Troop for the death of his entire clan. While his bravery is admirable, I caught myself wondering exactly how this inexperienced nen user is going to stack up against a behemoth with years of experience in not only nen, but cold-blooded murder. I think that the beauty of Hunter x Hunter lies in its ability to subvert the viewer's expectations, and that is exactly what happened in this fight. Unknown to myself and Uvogin at this time, Kurapika had many things up his sleeve that would make this fight far different than anything we've come to expect from a shonen anime. This can be attributed to two main things: Kurapika's strategy and the inner workings of his nen abilities. Being a conjurer, Kurapika kept his chains out at all times, trying to trick Uvogin into thinking that he may be a manipulator or even an enhancer who uses the chains as an extension of his own body. Leaving Uvogin in an utter state of confusion as to what Nen type he may be plays a huge part in the outcome of this fight. Let me explain exactly why. Manipulators use their abilities for such incredibly precise Nen control that oftentimes the fight could be completely ended if the opponent isn't careful. Take for example Shalnark or Illumi. Once they stick you with their Nen-coated needles, you are completely under their control and basically dead at that point. Almost on the opposite end of the spectrum, enhancers are devastatingly powerful and could one-shot you if you're not careful or protect yourself with the right amount of aura at the right time. The point that I'm trying to make here is the beauty behind the combat of Hunter x Hunter that is not seen in very many shonen. Every different fighting style has its own counter, and one wrong mistake could cost you your life. The sense of tension built from this fact keeps you completely on your toes and honestly keeps you guessing the whole way through. Relating to this fight, Uvogin's defensive style caused him to make a massive oversight and get completely trapped within Kurapika's chains, as he finally revealed himself to be a conjurer. This mentally outplayed Uvogin in every way and forced him directly into a situation that Kurapika's Nen was created for. He knew from the very beginning that the odds were always going to be stacked against him. That's why he formulated a Nen restriction so intense that even the strongest Phantom Troop member would not be able to break free from it. That ability is Chain Jail. This to me is perfect writing and truly justifies the reasons for why Kurapika is as strong as he is. This is no sudden power upgrade. Having literally abandoned all other enemies in mind besides the Phantom Troop, targeting only 13 members in the entire world, of course this ability is going to be one of the most broken things in the series. In addition to Emperor Time, the viewer truly sees Kurapika as the ultimate destroyer of the Phantom Troop and an example of someone who displays the heights one can reach when fueled by their ambitions. While I understand that Kurapika is a main character and that it only makes sense that he'll win, Hunter x Hunter truly shocked us with this fight and set a major precedent that would be found throughout the entire series. The fact that one could die in any fight at any time was something really refreshing to see in the shonen genre, and a massive reason as to why these are some of my favorite fights in anime. But what are your thoughts on this fight? Did you think that Kurapika's massive power upgrade came out of nowhere, or was it rightfully placed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure you check out my growing Hunter x Hunter playlist as I take a look at many of its complex characters and break them down. For those that made it to the end, thank you all so much for watching. It's been Dill from Anime Analysis, and until next time, stay curious, anime fam.